Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First, I'd just like to say a few words. During this weekend, we had the 37th edition, la 37e édition des Mini-Olympiques de Kirkland, of the Mini-Olympics of Kirkland, where we had close to, or more than 150 participants. 150 participants. Et je voudrais dire, on behalf of the Kirkland City Council, I would like to congratulate our administration, the director of our recreation department, Mike Clayman, his staff, the coaches, and of course our volunteers that I see one in the audience, Sam, and some of our councilors did participate also. De la part du conseil municipal de Kirkland, j'aimerais féliciter notre administration, notre directeur des loisirs, Mike Clayman, et son personnel, les entraîneurs et nos bénévoles pour le succès de cet événement. Okay, so we'll start our setting of the regular meeting of Tuesday, July the 2nd, mardi 2 juillet 2024. Madame Labrosse, vous avez la parole.
Merci, M. le maire. Alors, au point 2, il est proposé d'adopter l'ordre du jour de la présente séance ordinaire du 2 juillet 2024 tel que déposé.
Un proposeur.
Je le propose de Mélicito.
Et secondé.
I'll second that, Paul before.
Merci.
Item 3.1, it is proposed that the minutes of the regular sitting held on June 3rd, 2024 at 8 p.m. be approved.
Un proposeur.
We can't hear you.
Hello, my
They just stopped.
Mark.
It's supposed to be 3 maximum at a time, but. It's still,
It's still there. Up.
What is this one?
This one is.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was Okay, let's continue. Excusez-nous.
Item 3.1, it is proposed that the minutes of the regular sitting held on June 3rd, 2024 at 8 p.m. be approved.
Propose.
I propose that Karen Cliff.
And second.
I'll second that Nancy Kokimisidis.
Point 4.1, il est proposé de confirmer et d'approuver le paiement d'un montant total de 21 467 172 $ pour l'ensemble des chèques émis et annulés, les dépôts directs et les paiements préautorisés pour la période du 1er au 27 juin 2024.
Un proposeur.
I'll propose that, Mike Brown.
Et secondé.
Je second that, John Morrison.
Item 5.1, adoption of bylaw number 2013-54-10. Considering that notice of motion was given at the June 3rd, 2024 sitting of council that a draft bylaw of number 2013-54 was tabled at the same sitting and made available to the public on the town's website, it is proposed to adopt bylaw number 2013-54-10 entitled Bylaw Amending Bylaw number 2013-54 relating to nuisances in order to add and clarify certain elements causing nuisances. This bylaw will come into force on July 5th, 2024, date of its publication on the town's website and bulletin boards.
Propose.
I'll propose that, Steve Bouchard.
And second.
I'll second it, Dominic Zito.
Au point 5.2, adoption du règlement numéro GEN 2024-52. Considérant qu'avis de motion a été donné à la séance ordinaire du 3 juin 2024, qu'un projet du règlement numéro GEN 2024-52 a été déposé à cette même séance et mis à la disposition du public sur le site Internet de la Ville, il est proposé d'adopter le règlement numéro GEN 2024-52 intitulé « Règlement visant à soustraire l'ensemble du territoire provisoire de la de l'application du premier alinéa de l'article 94 de la loi modifiant diverses dispositions législatives en matière d'habitation. Il s'agit du chapitre 2 des lois du Québec. Ce règlement entrera en vigueur le 5 juillet 2024, date de sa publication sur le site Internet et les panneaux d'affichage de la ville.
Un proposeur,
Je le propose, Luciano Picciacchia.
secondé par.
Le second, Paul Dufort.
Merci.
Item 5.3, adoption of bylaw number 9058-109. Considering that notice of motion was given and a draft of bylaw number 9058-109 was tabled at the May 6, 2024 regular sitting of council, considering that pursuant to the provisions of an act respecting land use planning and development, draft bylaw number 9058-109 containing provisions making it a bylaw subject to approval by way of referendum was adopted at the regular sitting of May 6, 2024. A public consultation meeting on said draft bylaw was held on May 21st, 2024. A second draft of this bylaw was adopted at the regular sitting of June 3rd, 2024. Considering that following the publication of a public notice setting out the terms for interested persons to submit an application to take part in a referendum, no such requests were received during the allotted time period. Considering that zoning bylaw number 9058-109 was made available to the public on the town's website, it is proposed to adopt bylaw number 9058-109, amending zoning bylaw number 9058, in order to no longer allow industrial uses of classes B and C in zone 317M, allow commercial uses of classes A, B1, B3, and D1 in zone 317M, and modify certain particular provisions applicable to zone 317M. This bylaw will come into force on July 5th, 2024, date of its publication on the town's website and bulletin boards.
Need somebody to propose?
Je le propose, Karen Cliff.
Et secondé?
I second that, John Morrison.
Merci.
Au point 5.4, adoption du second projet de règlement numéro 90-58-110. Considérant que le projet de règlement numéro 90-58-110 adopté à la séance ordinaire du 3 juin 2024 contenait des dispositions propres à un règlement susceptible d'approbation référendaire et n'a fait l'objet d'aucune représentation de la part des personnes intéressées à l'Assemblée publique de consultation tenue le 19 juin 2024 à 17h30. Il est proposé d'adopter sans changement le second projet de règlement numéro 90-58-110, intitulé Règlement modifiant le règlement de zonage numéro 90-58 concernant la vente de gaz propane et concernant les piscines résidentielles. Puisque ce second projet de règlement contient des dispositions propres à un règlement susceptible d'approbation référendaire, un avis public énonçant les exigences relatives au dépôt d'une demande de participation à un référendum sur certaines dispositions du second projet de règlement sera affiché sur le site Internet de la Ville le 5 juillet 2024. L'adoption du règlement est prévue à la séance ordinaire du 5 août 2024.
Un proposeur?
Je le propose, Nancy Coconut-Silas.
Et secondé par.
I'll second that, Mike Brown.
Item 6.1, awarding of contract Génie 2024-620 for asphalt pavement leveling and bituminous surfacing. Following this call for public tenders, 6 bids were received within the allotted timeframe and opened publicly on June 25th, 2024. It is proposed to award contract Génie 2024-620 for asphalt pavement leveling and bituminous surfacing to Ali Excavation Inc., the lowest conforming bidder, for a total amount of $2,799,613.71, all applicable taxes included.
Propose.
That proposal, Luciano Picciacchia.
Second.
I'll second it, Dominic Zito.
Au point 6.2, octroi du contrat Génie 2024-05 pour pour nettoyage et inspection télévisée des conduites d'égouts sanitaires et pluviales par caméra conventionnelle. Dans le cadre de cet appel d'offres public, 4 soumissions ont été reçues à l'intérieur du délai imparti et ont été ouvertes publiquement le 25 juin 2024. Il est proposé d'octroyer le contrat juillet 2024-05 pour nettoyage et inspection télévisée des conduites d'égouts sanitaires et pluviales par caméra conventionnelle à 9363-9888 Québec Inc., Sanivac, le plus bas soumissionnaire conforme pour un montant total de 85 872,53 $, toutes taxes applicables incluses.
Le proposeur
Je vais la proposer, Steve Bouchard.
est secondé par.
I'll second that, Paul Dufaur.
Merci.
Item 6.3, renewal of contract REC 2022-11, initially awarded on June 13, 2022 with 3 renewal options. It is proposed that contract REC 2022-11 be renewed with Climat Control SV Inc. 0C for a second renewal option covering the period of August 1st, 2024 to July 31st, 2025 for a total amount of $18,505.08, including all applicable taxes, as well as a revision of unit prices corresponding to the consumer price index.
Propose.
I propose that, John Morrison.
And second.
I'll second that, Karen Cliff.
Thank you.
Au point 6.4, reconduction du contrat TRES 2020-01 pour service professionnel d'experts en audit comptable, initialement octroyé le 8 septembre 2020 à Goudreau Poirier Inc., maintenant BCGO SEN CRL, avec 4 options de renouvellement. Il est proposé de renouveler pour une 4e et dernière option de renouvellement dans la période du 1er août 2024 au 30 avril 2025, le contrat TRES 2020-01 avec BCGO SEN CRL pour un montant total de 41 520,47 $, incluant toutes les taxes applicables, ainsi qu'une hausse des prix correspondant à l'indice des prix à la consommation.
Le proposeur
Je le propose, Nancy Kokinosidis.
est secondé.
Je la seconde, Luciano Picciacchia.
Merci.
Au point 6.5, résiliation du contrat PP 2023-04 pour service d'entretien d'éclairage public et de feux de circulation avec 4 options de renouvellement. Considérant que le montant total prévu pour la première option de renouvellement du contrat PP 2023-04 a été atteint, et considérant qu'il y a donc lieu de lancer un nouvel appel d'offres pour obtenir de nouvelles soumissions, il est proposé de résilier à compter du 5 août 2024 le contrat PP 2023-04 octroyé à JNA Leblanc Inc. le 6 mars 2023 et renouvelé le 4 décembre 2023 pour une première option de renouvellement, le tout conformément à l'article 2125 du Code civil du Québec.
Le proposeur
I'll propose that, Mike Brown.
est secondé.
Je vais la seconder, Steve Bouchard.
Merci.
Item 7.1, appointment of the acting mayor. It is proposed to appoint Councillor Bud Dufort as acting mayor for the months of August, September, and October 2024.
Propose.
I'll happily propose it, Dominic Zito.
I'll happily second that, Karen Cliff.
Le chaud, quand même.
Au point 7.2, considérant l'entente de gestion des programmes d'amélioration de l'habitat et l'entente de sécurité de l'information conclue en 2010 et en 2019 avec la Société d'habitation du Québec concernant la gestion du programme d'adaptation de domicile, programme PAD, considérant qu'il est nécessaire de désigner une ou des personnes en tant que responsables de la sécurité informatique, autorisées à agir au nom de la Ville de Kirkland dans la gestion du programme d'adaptation de domicile, et notamment à signer le formulaire demande de privilège d'accès à l'application PAH. Il est proposé de nommer M. Luther Gutiérrez, chef de section Aménagement urbain et environnement, et M. Sam Toc, directeur de l'ingénierie, en tant que responsable de la sécurité informatique et intervenant désigné par la Ville de Kirkland pour l'administration du programme d'adaptation de domicile, programme PAD, dans le cadre des programmes d'amélioration de l'habitat de la Société d'habitation du Québec.
This is to replace Christopher Banner that had these responsibilities. So I need somebody to propose.
I will propose Alder four.
And second,
Je second John Morrison.
thank you.
Point 7.3, il est proposé d'autoriser les ajouts suivants à la liste de contributions aux organismes communautaires locaux approuvés par le conseil municipal pour l'année 2024. Alors, le club 55 plus de Kirkland, 425 en frais de location. Le Beaconsfield Heights Community Swimming Pool, un don de 1500 et l'association la fondation, Strangers in the Night, un don de 500
Un proposeur
I'll propose that, Mike Brown.
et secondé par,
Je le second, Nancy Kokila-Sidis.
merci.
Item 8.1, it is proposed to appoint and confirm the permanent employee status of Mr. Angelo Salit to the blue-collar position of motorized equipment driver operator B within the Public Works Department as of March 13, 2024, the whole in accordance with the provisions of the collective agreement currently in force for blue-collar employees of the town of Kirkland.
This is a replacement of an employee that basically took his retirement. Yeah. Okay, propose
Je le propose, Karen Cliff.
and
I
second,
will second Alder four.
thank you.
Au point 8.2, il est proposé de créer le poste cadre de coordonnateur technologie de l'information au sein des services administratifs et de nommer M. Marco Gucciardo au poste cadre de coordonnateur technologie de l'information au sein des services administratifs en date du 1er juillet 2024, le tout conformément à la politique d'emploi des employés cadres de la Ville de Kirkland.
This is a new position that we created, so I need somebody to propose it, please.
I'll propose it, Dominic Zito.
And second,
Je second John Morrison.
thank you.
Item 8.3, it is proposed to create the white-collar position of urban planning clerk within the Urban Planning and Environment Department, and to appoint and confirm the permanent employee status of Mr. Justin Lauzon to the white-collar position of urban planning clerk within the Urban Planning and Environment Department as of July 1st, 2024, the whole in accordance with the provisions of the collective agreement currently in force for white-collar employees of the town of Kirkland.
Propose
I'll propose that, Mike Brown.
and second,
I'll second that, Nancy Kokila-Sidis.
thank you.
Item 9.1, it is proposed to grant in conformity with bylaw number 9063 entitled Bylaw Concerning Minor Exemptions of the Town of Kirkland, minor exemption number 2024-05 to zoning bylaw number 9058. It's affecting 1A de Lacey Green Street on lot 6252586 in zone 118R in order to allow the replacement of the existing fence in the secondary front setback at 14 meters instead of the maximum encroachment of 4 meters permitted in the front setback as measured from the rear wall of the house, as per Article 5.5C of zoning bylaw number 9058. It is also to allow a position of the fence at 0.75 meters instead of the authorized minimum of 2.5 meters from the street right-of-way as per Article 5.5C of zoning bylaw number 9058. This minor exemption is granted on the condition that the length of the new black chain link fence to be erected along the secondary front setback does not exceed beyond the proposed ornamental front gate on the left side. This gate will be positioned at no more than 14 meters from the rear wall of the house. Moreover, any section of the existing fence that exceeds this 14-meter threshold will have to be dismantled prior to the new fence being installed.
Propose
I'll propose that, Steve Bouchard.
and second,
I'll second that, Luciano Petracca.
Point 9.2, il est proposé d'accorder en vertu du règlement numéro 9063 intitulé Règlement relatif aux dérogations mineures de la ville de Kirkland, la dérogation mineure numéro 2024-06 au règlement de zonage 9058. C'est pour l'immeuble CO 17711 à 17911 route transcanadienne, propriété de l'entreprise Rosefellow, sur le lot 6557893 dans la zone 306M, afin de permettre un nombre total de 63 places de stationnement au lieu de l'exigence minimale de 92, conformément à l'article 12.15b du règlement du zonage numéro 9058. Cette dérogation mineure est accordée de manière temporaire, soit pour une période n'excédant pas 24 mois à compter du 2 juillet 2024, date de la présente résolution, ou jusqu'à ce que l'immeuble qui en fait l'objet ait été rendu conforme aux exigences de stationnement stipulées au règlement de zonage suite à la signature de l'entente de cession et de servitude avec le REM, selon la première éventualité, mais sans excéder 24 mois à compter de la date de la résolution du conseil. À son échéance, la dérogation mineure deviendra automatiquement nulle et sans effet, sans la nécessité d'une révocation formelle, conformément à ce qui est convenu par et avec le requérant.
Un proposeur
Je le propose, Luciano Petracca.
et secondé.
Je vais le seconder, Steve Bouchard.
Merci.
Item 9.3, it is proposed to grant in conformity with bylaw number 9063. Minor exemption number 2024-07 to zoning bylaw number 9058 concerning the immovable at 17311 to 17511 Trans-Canada Highway property of Rosefellow on lot 6557894 in zone 306M in order to allow a total number of 66 parking spaces instead of the required minimum of 130, as per Article 12.15b of zoning bylaw number 9058, and a lot coverage of 60% instead of the required maximum of 55%, as per Article 12.18 of zoning bylaw number 9058. This minor exemption is granted temporarily for a period not exceeding 24 months from July 2nd, 2024, date of the council's resolution, or until the immovable is made compliant with the parking and lot coverage requirements stipulated in the zoning bylaw, following the signing of the transfer and servitude agreement with the REM, whichever comes first, but not exceeding 24 months from the date of the council's resolution. Upon its expiry, the minor exemption will automatically become null and void without the need for a formal revocation in accordance with what is agreed upon by and with the applicant.
Propose.
I'll propose that, Steve Bouchard.
A second.
I'll second that, Luciano Petracca.
Au point 9.4, il est proposé d'accorder en vertu du règlement numéro 9063 la dérogation mineure numéro 2024-08 au règlement de zonage numéro 9058 pour l'immeuble CO 17101 à 17111 route transcanadienne, propriété de l'entreprise Rosefellow, sur le lot 6557895 dans la zone 306M, afin de permettre un nombre total de 69 places de stationnement au lieu du minimum requis de 89, en vertu de l'article 12.15b du règlement de zonage numéro 9058, et un taux d'implantation de 57% au lieu du maximum requis de 55%, en vertu de l'article 12.18 du règlement de zonage numéro 9058. Cette dérogation mineure est accordée de manière temporaire, soit pour une période n'excédant pas 24 mois à compter du 2 juillet 2024, date de la présente résolution, ou jusqu'à ce que l'immeuble qui en fait l'objet ait été rendu conforme aux exigences du stationnement et taux d'implantation stipulés au règlement de zonage, suite à la signature de l'entente de cession et de servitude avec le REM, selon la première éventualité, mais sans excéder 24 mois à compter de la date de la résolution du conseil. À son échéance, la dérogation mineure deviendra automatiquement nulle et sans effet, sans la nécessité d'une révocation formelle, conformément à ce qui est convenu par et avec le requérant.
Le proposeur,
Je le propose, Luciano Picciacchia.
et secondé.
Je vais le seconder, Steve Bouchard.
You probably wonder why it's those two individual or two councilors that are, because they're co-chair on the committee, the urban planning committee. That's why. Okay, Madame la Vice.
Item 9.5, it is proposed to take note of the request for approval of the site planning and architectural integration program and accompanying documents for the exterior renovation project on lot 2458231 in zone 101R located at 21 Country Court Street, and the extract of the minutes of the Planning Advisory Committee meeting held on June 11, 2024. It is also proposed to approve the site planning and architectural integration plans listed under item 3.1 of the minutes of the Planning Advisory Committee meeting held on June 11, 2024. Said plans being in conformity with bylaw number SPAIP 2022-55 and having received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Advisory Committee with the conditions specified under item 3.1.2 of the minutes of June 11, 2024.
Propose.
I'll propose that, Steve Bouchard.
And
I'll second it, Luciano Picciacchia.
thank you.
Alors, aucune affaire touchant les points 10 et 11 n'est traité séance tenante. Alors, ce qui nous mène au point 12, le rapport du maire sur les décisions prises par le conseil d'agglomération de Montréal à l'Assemblée ordinaire du 20 juin 2024.
It was quite a lengthy meeting. I'll just give you the subjects that you find in a document here that contain 3,362 pages of documents. You had 57 items that were contracts. There was the ones that we reviewed. There was 10 that were related to the contracts, increase in contracts. You had 15 that were items related to financial support, and there was 8 for des avis de motion. But finally, we did vote on 3 of them. It was item 2018, 2038, and 2066. And I'll resume the reasoning behind it. I'll read it in English first. The direct benefit of these investments would essentially accrue to the population of adjacent to Montreal boroughs. Although the legislation and regulatory context allow the Ville of Montréal to impose the sharing of these costs set out for these projects, we consider the sharing to be financially inequitable for the linked towns. Consequently, these issues were subject for opposition and voted against by the ESM or the AMB mayors. In French, les bénéfices directs de ces investissements sont essentiellement au bénéfice de la population des arrondissements de Montréal adjacents. So we're really not benefiting from it all. Même si le contexte législatif et réglementaire permet à la Ville de Montréal d'imposer le partage des coûts énoncés, pour ces projets, nous considérons que ce partage est financièrement inéquitable pour les villiers. Conséquemment, ces sujets, les 3 items que je vous ai mentionnés, ont fait l'objet d'un vote d'opposition de l'ensemble des mairesses et des maires de l'AMP ou ASM. C'est tout pour le moment. Allez-y, Madame Tavros.
Alors, aucune affaire touchant les points 13 et 14 n'est traité séance tenante. Au point 15, le conseil municipal prend acte du dépôt de la correspondance du mois de juin 2024. Under item 16, there are no items under new business. Point 7, la période de questions est maintenant ouverte. Tout le membre du public qui désire s'adresser au conseil municipal essayez de faire la file derrière le micro. Lorsque le droit de parole vous est accordé, veuillez énoncer vos noms et adresses et formuler votre question de manière claire et concise en vous adressant au maire dans un langage respectueux. Chaque intervention est limitée à 2 questions portant sur les affaires de la ville et vous sera possible de poser des questions supplémentaires lorsque tous les membres du public qui désirent s'adresser au conseil municipal auront eu l'occasion de le faire. The question period is now open. Members of the audience who wish to address the municipal council are requested to line up behind the microphone. When given the floor, please state your name and address and direct your question to the mayor in a clear and concise manner using respectful language. Each intervention is limited to 2 questions related to the town's affairs. You will be able to ask additional questions once all members of the audience who wish to address the municipal council have had a chance to do so.
Good evening. I hope that you all are having a great summer. It's nice to see,
Okay.
Marina de Cheval 98, Morley Hill. I'm so happy to see something that looks so normal from all those years being to your left, Mr. Gibson. Okay. It's summertime and there's nothing worse than being in the backyard and trying to enjoy some peace and quiet. The neighbor in the back, the neighbor in the front, the neighbor on the left, the neighbor on the right, they decide to engage the lawnmower. It is not a very pleasant event. So this brought to mind, why can't the city of Kirkland start to be a little bit?
First of all, Marina, we need the address. So we can basically give a warning and explain the time to cut your grass, the date and hours. That's the first step. Just report it to either your counselor, Joe, or myself, and we'll handle it.
I didn't have a chance of asking the question yet, Mr. Gibson. So my question is, I think you tried to answer it, what are the hours that they can operate the lawnmower?
Okay. Go ahead, Joe. Yes.
7 to 11 from Monday to Friday.
9.
Whoa. 7 to 11 from Monday to Friday. 9 to 6 Saturdays and 10 to 4 on Sundays.
And what?
10 to 4.
10 to 4.
10 to 4 when?
On Sundays.
Sunday.
Okay. All right,
And
so,
holidays. And holidays are the same.
Yeah, les jours fériés.
okay, fine. It's good today. Is it written somewhere on the website or?
Yeah, it is. I stand corrected, 7 to 9 Monday to Friday.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
7 to 9.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, sir.
Okay, what I'd like to suggest for council to think about it, why not be more proactive? Let's say allow maybe 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, I don't care what the council decides, that after this period that the council decides no more lawnmowers, because I mean, a lawnmower is equivalent to having something like 4 cars polluting the air. So if you want to consider it to be green, then maybe you can envision setting up a time frame where afterwards they are no longer to be using in Kirkland, especially the ones that are being hired and they bring their heavy-duty motorized vehicles, you know?
Yeah, but for now, we don't have any intention to revise the bylaw or to ban lawnmowers. So thank you for your suggestion, and for now, there's no banning of those.
I'm not asking to be banned tomorrow, I'm asking to maybe
Yeah, we'll
discuss it and have a time frame in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, I don't care. You know, you're the ones in charge of making that decision, but to let it be known that Kirkland is at the forefront and you have so much time to get rid of all your polluting equipment if you want to do business in Kirkland.
And thank you for your suggestion.
Yeah, thank you. All right. The other one that's constant with me, especially because I walk along the same route most of the time, the preparation for snow and ice, and when it rains and it freezes on the sidewalk on Chavins and Marine, from around Van Avery to Montrose. That stretch of sidewalk is dangerous. You cannot walk on it under certain conditions. So, as I suggested during the spring, it's because on the left side, on the south side, you have higher ground, and on the right side, the median between the curb and the city, it's also higher. So whenever it rains, the sidewalk acts like a canal. So can somehow maybe take a look. So that is
How was it this year?
This spring was terrible. A couple of times I had to walk on the street.
Joe, you got a comment?
Marino, you have my number, right?
Yeah.
So we're in July. So I'm having trouble dealing with ice in the spring. So you have my number. Can I please ask that when you find yourself in a situation where it's slippery,
Then
I'd love to go there and see
see
it
it.
when it's happening, because right now, my guys are clearing the snow on both, on the side closest to the street to allow for the water to drain property, so I thought that issue was resolved. I understand that we have grass on both sides, right, so we.
And it's higher than the sidewalk, so the melted ice cannot go anywhere except remain there, so it becomes like a skating rink.
But when the time will come, like our director told you, call him or even invite me, I'll go and see it with Joe.
So we'll have to wait until next spring or January thaw, or whatever. Okay, I'll do that.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Done.
Okay, the homework that you gave me, yeah, you gave me homework that took me a couple of weeks. Find out where in each section there were trees that should have been replaced.
Oh, you got it?
I gave it to you, the results of my
I thought
research.
you gave it to Joe.
Could you give me an update, please?
There's trees being planted and replaced right now, I can't tell you if every tree that you identified as being problematic is going to get replaced or when, but I can tell you that there's a bunch of trees being replaced right now that are planting mode.
Okay, and maybe some trees could be fruit trees, so that at least we can use it after, okay? Thank you.
You're welcome, Rita. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the work you did as well.
Sam Rother, 25 Charlevoix. Just to follow up on this thing that I sent it to you, Joe, about the pavement, cement being broken and the yellow painting. I got a report from the city, a number. Are we doing anything about it, or we're still looking?
So we're in the process of doing line painting right now as we speak, Sam. I cannot do anything with chipped curbs that you're referring to on Brunswick.
Yeah.
That's gonna have to wait when the street gets redone. We're having that issue where we mark them, and unfortunately our contractor is trying to get close to them, damages them.
And the reflectors?
The
Somehow.
reflectors will get installed. We're just in the process right now. That contract was given it.
That's what I want to know.
Okay. You're
Thank you,
welcome.
sir.
Bob Cox, 168 Niagara. I received a notice from the city of Montreal, bureau de transaction écologique de la résidence de l'Action générale.
You just have to put it in the garbage
No,
or to
no,
recycle.
Can I
No, it's not related, it's a big screw up from Montreal.
Just a second, may I continue?
Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
May I ask? Okay, it's whatever you say. Well, why shouldn't Kirkland decide to do their own things about?
We've got a bylaw on pesticide. I'll give you a copy tomorrow.
I'm just asking you, why should we?
We've got one of the strongest bylaws on the island of Montreal, by the way.
Bob, the letter you received was an error.
Yeah.
You should not have received that letter.
No, it was in the mail. You
I know,
know,
yeah.
it wasn't addressed to me.
No, I
But
know
that's why
that.
I've been bringing it up.
They sent it out to most of Kirkland.
It was
And we
intended
were
for
advised,
careful.
we were advised today that it was done in error, so that letter should not have gone out. But we do
Yeah, I
have,
guess-
Michelle explained, we do have a bylaw for
Yeah,
pesticides.
okay.
Yeah.
It's the idea is that we know that we really belong to Montreal with all the taxes we pay.
No, it was intended for careful, and it's not the Civil Post Canada that did the error, it's them, they used the wrong.
Okay,
Post.
okay, I just,
Yeah,
I want to bring it up, it's a good
Yeah.
question.
Very good.
yeah,
5.4,
yeah.
Would you elaborate on this zoning bylaw number 9-58
Yeah, it was to, this bylaw was to basically, and I'll let Joe explain it, it's to basically put our bylaw in line with the provincial bylaw. Go ahead, Joe.
So our bylaw related to pools was more severe, while we aligned ourselves up with provincial government.
I understand that, yeah.
And part number 2 is, on that bylaw is, we're allowing for Metro Canada to sell propane for refilling of tanks.
Okay, going house to house, you mean, and all that?
No, so when you want to fill up your gas tank for your barbecue, you
Yeah.
can go to Canadian Tire, they're going to be able to fill up your tank.
Yeah.
Like on the south side, we have Sonic.
Yeah, but you're saying that somebody can come to the house and do it?
No, I'm talking about the
It's
big
not
tanks that are on.
Oh, the big-
the small
okay.
barbecue tanks.
Okay, it's the big ones for gas or something.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. My question is vandalism, okay? Already know the bus stop, the glass is all smashed. Where is our police force, which we don't see too often, or our security? Can you answer that question, please?
Where's our police force?
Yeah.
There's Station 1, we increased our security patrol by 3. So you've got better coverage, 24 hours. Yeah, it happens, they could miss a little spot somewhere. Do you see graffitis in Kirkland? No.
Listen, I'm asking you, where is our
I'm
police force?
finishing and answering you, Bob. Les abribus are an ideal place for vandalism. Young kids will go, pick a rock, and just smash those abribus. I remember in the Tivoli area, I believe you had it every month or so. Now nothing, because he's watching. But Bob, we've got, our force has been increased. We've got a 24 hours, 7 days a week. Yeah, they could miss probably something, but they're doing
Just bringing it up.
They're doing a very good job.
Okay. I understand we got construction going on.
Yep.
I hope there's any more questions.
No, go ahead.
Okay,
Go
I'll
ahead.
come back.
No, it's good.
I know there's a construction going on St. Charles
Yeah.
and Brunswick and all that. And you know what, okay, I understand about the lights are gonna be changed down the road, yes, bang, bang, bang. But why can't we have maybe the police force there at traffic hour in the morning and at night? So they could let guys go by faster, maybe on Brunswick or on, you know, I mean, that's a good,
Yeah, okay, we just,
Go ahead. So we do have police presence, but when we have road closures, we do not have police presence on a daily basis.
but there's a lot of traffic, so.
Yeah,
Well, we know that.
I think a month and a half ago, I said publicly.
Yes, I understand that.
So a month and a half ago, I said publicly that we have to work on that interchange and we have to work on the entrance to the service road. And there was going to be congestion in Kirkland, and we're doing our best to mitigate that as much as possible.
Yeah, but
Because they won't do it, Bob. They will not be there every single day during peak hours in the morning and at night. So what we've been able to negotiate is that when we have not just congestion, but when we have truly problematic days of closures, they will be present
exactly.
and they will handle it for us. But
Because,
the expectation of having police officer, or it's actually 4, right? police officers at every intersection is just not a realistic request for us.
And a police officer won't remove the number of cars. Number of cars, they can help the circulation. But the cars that are there will still be there. It's annoying, but be patient, you know,
I
we
mean,
still have.
even prior to this, the lights are not, weren't functioning properly either.
Yeah, we're installing new
Yes.
intelligent light, like we told you.
Okay, did anybody get, okay?
Okay, yeah. we'll
I'll be
get-
back.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Lorraine, Mr. Chairman, 98 Morley Hill. Two questions that have been asked of me, and I don't have the answers, and they're simple ones. The work that's being done coming from east to west as you're turning on St. Charles,
Yeah.
to get into St. Charles, that work that's being done along the,
You'll have 4 lanes there.
you have 4 lanes there?
Yeah.
And 4 lanes going into 3 lanes on St. Charles going north?
Yep, and you'll have some going 2 lanes south, 2 lanes south, 2 lanes north.
A little bit like you see in front of Walmart, Marina.
Yeah,
When you
same
come off
thing.
the highway,
Yeah.
when you get to St. Charles and the light, well, the intersection is gonna be exactly the same, but instead of it being 3 lanes like at Walmart, it's gonna be 4.
4.
Okay, so that should help then with the,
That
Should help as well.
Exactly.
okay, good. The other question is, I'm not sure the exact regulations for enclosing the swimming pool. Could you run it by me again, please?
No, it's a very long procedure.
Marina, exactly.
You got a swimming pool?
No, I don't, but I was asked, and they said, I'm not sure, why don't you go online or phone instead?
No, it's a long procedure.
Marina, there's a lot of detail in that
Lots
particular
of
bylaw, and everybody's backyard is very specific.
Yeah.
So if you have someone who has a pool that needs to get a visit, if they call your planning department, we'll be more than happy to come, and then when we can see your backyard, we can say, this is what you need to do and how you need to do it, based on the bylaw that's gonna be put in place. So,
And if it was not already done.
if it was not already done, but we cannot today, I mean, it's impossible, there's too many different scenarios for us to be able to address it all. The bylaw is on the website, well, it will be on the website once we adopt it next month. But the details can be given by our department in urban planning. That's
Well, the main argument was that the swimming pool has to be completely closed so that no child can access it from inside his house. Is that correct?
So, well, depends on the interpretation and when. So initially, when the Quebec government passed their law, it was interpreted as what you just said. The pool has to be separated from the backyard and from the house. Since then, the interpretations have changed, and now you can enclose and protect your house from the pool, and you have your fence around your yard.
Okay, which is more normal, what's.
Well,
With the provincial law, it's in line with that.
Okay, all right, so they can go online and they want more specific or call.
I strongly suggest they call, because like I said, you know, if you're 1 meter from the wall instead of 1.5 meter, it makes a difference. So you have to be able to, we have to be able to visualize what you're dealing with, what the person you're talking to is dealing with, and then we can come in and address it.
Okay.
But
Okay, thank you, have a good summer.
You too, man.
Thank you, baby.
Should I repeat my name again? And first of all, I would like to say good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry I didn't say it at the beginning.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, my question is, I'm coming back to our swimming pool. No. The rate, I'm very upset about this.
Okay.
You said we have to wait for transformers. I would like to have quite an explanation how council or whoever was in charge of it came up with the prospects, because Mr. Mayor, you said, Bob, you will have your first artificial ice
Yeah,
at Holford. Just a second, I'm not
Next
finished.
year.
I'm not
Next
finished.
year.
No, it was supposed to be this year.
Yeah, but it's not,
That's
and
a second.
we'll repeat what we repeat.
Let me finish my question, my friend.
And you want to blame who here?
You see, I'm not blaming nobody.
And you want an
You're
explanation?
trying to put words into my mouth. I'm
We'll
sorry,
give
Mr. Mayor.
we'll
Mr.
give
Mayor,
you the
Mr.
explanation.
Mayor, excuse me.
You want
May
an
I talk?
explanation?
May I talk?
Finish your statement. Okay,
Mr. Mayor,
finish your statement. Finish.
I would like to know, was it one contractor, a couple of contractors, or how did you proceed that it wasn't feasible to start this project, this budget, everything was supposed to be done. Now, I want an explanation.
Okay, we'll explain or we'll give you what we gave you last time, Joe.
No, Joe just said the transformers and that's it.
And that's, okay.
I didn't quite say it that way, Bob, but I'll say it again anyways. We did everything in our power to try and get the refrigeration units, to not transformers, the refrigeration.
Yeah, refrigerator, okay.
Chillers. We did everything in our power to try and get them delivered in a time frame that would allow us to install them this fall for the season you're referring to. Unfortunately, when we went out to tender and gave companies a 20-week leeway to deliver them, they all came back and said minimum in 32 weeks they could not provide those chillers. In that, only one bidder actually bid.
For the
Right?
complete, for the complete contract?
No, one bidder bid for the chillers, but only to guarantee us delivery in 32 weeks, which did not make it feasible for this
For us to
year.
do it.
So therefore, we had gone, in order to try and speed the process up and get the chillers, we had separated the contract construction and chillers, because we knew that there was a lead time that was necessary for the chillers. And typically, we were told from the people who build these chillers that 20 weeks would have been sufficient. So one company bid, and that one company that did bid told us 32 weeks. So I couldn't deliver them. There was no way of constructing this and not have chillers ready for able to function. So we decided to do was to cancel the project for this year and go back out next year, back with the chillers, and because or go back a step, when you buy chillers separately from the entire contract, the moment those chillers are on the truck, the city now becomes responsible for them. But in order to try and make it happen this way, for this year, we were willing to take that risk. Considering we could not get them for this year, what we decided to do was put the entire project back together again and make the general contractor responsible for those chillers until the day he delivers the product to us. So we're not taking responsibility for delivery, we're not taking responsibility for the chillers that are being stored. We're taking responsibility when the project is handed over to us and it's functioning. There was no other way of doing this but to postpone it to next year. Very hard decision for this council to make because I made promises, but it was the only way to protect the town and the only way to get the equipment delivered. We couldn't get the equipment delivered even if we wanted to take the risks associated with that. So that's the explanation for it. I understand you're unhappy, but that's for protecting the town.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on the council for the bocce.
Yep.
I would like to ask a question about, I knew that you were supposed to redo the bocce courts.
We will.
No, just a second. This year, it was supposed to be done. Now, I noticed that it's, for this year now, you got the sign there, and you're just gonna, when are you gonna go to the bocce courts and fix it up so?
Okay, we're in conversation with your president.
Yeah, I'm part of this.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Mike Clayman and his assistant. They basically met and basically the 40, and we reviewed our budget tonight, or we had an update on the budget and where we're going. The $40,000 is still there, but the work will be done in April of next year. But it will be done.
This year, you're just gonna fix the grounds?
To do, everything will be done in April. What they'll be doing, it's basically some minor,
With special sand?
Yeah.
When is this gonna be done?
and the sand, that's in April.
And
The project has
But
been,
who's gonna start preparing the courts for
We've got a
us.
contractor, first, one of the problems we had is to get a contractor that basically knows what he's doing. That was one of the first problem we had, but it will be done in April of next
So the
year.
courts are not opening at all this year?
No, they're opening, but I'm saying the redoing of the court.
Who's the counselor on this project?
The consular.
Or the counselor,
Say
no,
all of
I
them.
wanna know who's the counselor in that area. Is it Mr. Bouchard?
Mr. Bouchard, yeah.
Yes, may I ask you a question about this? Are you stepping up to the plate?
This is abuse.
Regrettably, the work that could be done was delayed.
No, but
And it
what
can't be
about,
done right now. So
when are you gonna see if it's gonna open up shortly?
We said April.
This is what.
no, you're talking about without the renovations or anything.
Yes,
You're talking
yes.
about opening.
Yes.
It's gonna open. I mean,
But
just tell you,
just check the schedule, they're supposed to open, you'll have your party.
I haven't seen anybody playing there.
Because we're waiting for it to be fixed up.
No.
Well, no, it's not going to be fixed
No,
up this
but
year.
the city was
I think
supposed
Mike
to-
Clayton already talked to your,
Speak to your president.
that's right. So
I know you're sitting on the executive,
Yeah.
but speak, I spoke to her at the Kirkland Day where you had your booth for the mini tours. We discussed it at length for the, and she says, yes, we're okay with April.
Yeah, I understand that, but to open the court is
The
gonna
court,
take.
it's you guys and Mike Clayton. It's not.
No,
It's an
so when is
administration.
Mike Clayman gonna send people over there to?
We'll find out, McCoy, tomorrow.
We'll find out, yeah.
And Bob, usually there's a roller there. I see the people that play,
Yeah.
they fix it up, they rake it a bit, they roll it themselves.
Oh, I know, I go there, sir, but I was told that the city was supposed to
Yes,
have it all done.
but regrettably, it's gonna be done in April.
Yeah, no, it's next year, okay.
April.
Yeah, and, what else?
Just to clarify, the bocce club is for all of Kirkland. It's-
Yes, no, I just say, we know that.
Okay.
We got a lot of
No,
people
because
for all of
you unfairly asked Mr. Bush.
Well, he's no, just a second, he's there, he's the counselor of the area, okay?
Yeah, that's not the way we run council. Yeah, that's not the way it works. That's not the way.
But
Just
if
because
you could
it's
bring it up,
a
you could bring it up.
district, it doesn't make that counselor responsible for that.
Thank you.
We're all equally.
I'm not saying you're all equal, but I'm
You
talking.
said you're not, we're not.
Listen, I said, who's the counselor around the area? That's all what I said.
I'll get the answer for you when it's gonna open.
Yeah.
It'll be my pleasure to get the answer for you when it's gonna open.
I'm not trying to be smart here, you
I'm
know?
not saying that, I'm just saying that you asked the question and I want to get the answer
Because
for you.
stuff is going.
But your president should know.
Yeah, I know, I sit on the council.
Yes, but ask her when it's gonna be open.
Your purpose tonight is to find out when it's gonna open.
Yeah.
And
And
we're
we'll
gonna get
find.
that for you and we'll get to you tomorrow. Promise.
Say good night, Bob. You see it? You see how you know what? I'm gonna tell you, John, right now, okay?
Don't get right, Bob.
And I'm gonna tell, maybe there should be a lot of changes up here.
You're looking
Oh.
at me, right?
Pardon me?
You're looking at me, or what?
I said, I hope there's changes in the next voting period.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll remember,
Not just for you, for a lot of people.
I'll remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying maybe there should be changes. You understand?
No.
You don't understand?
Okay, you got another question, Bob?
No, that's it.
No, you had another one, I believe.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, and I find you very, very aggressive.
Okay, thank you, Bob.
I guess he's looking for a replacement for you.
Okay. Yeah, no, let's see. No, it's,
If you've got something to say, stand up, and speak up.
I wasn't talking to you. Will you sit down, Bob?
No, I'm John. You got something to say to me?
I wasn't talking to you.
Sure.
okay, Bob.
Myself. Take a night.
Finish. Okay, thank you very much, Bob.
Remember that.
We appreciate your,
Thank you very much, sir.
thank you, Bob.
Don't start on me.
Pardon me?
Okay. Okay, John, Bob, thank you very much. Any more questions? Okay. First of all, our next public meeting will be Monday, August the 5th at 8 p.m. Prochaine assemblée du conseil le 5 août à 20h en 2024. I need a proposer to close the meeting. Propose?
I'll propose that, Alder 4.
And second?
I'll second it, Dominic Zito.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming and have a nice evening. Restez vieux et passez une belle soirée.